I'm telling you, it's a rock.
He's like the Godfather of the comic book world. Everyone gives him a kiss.
He got us in just because his name. He dropped his name and said, "Hey, we've got like 4 friends of Best in Show Radio. Like, oh, Vito, just come on right in. Just ushered us right in. There was great.
Yeah, as a matter of
you guys
fact,
didn't tell me you guys didn't pay.
when we first went in, the woman is like this woman who is this horrid monster who needs to grow up. First of all, covered in tattoos with pink hair.
Wait a minute. Someone at a comic convention needed to grow up?
No.
It was weird.
So she's like, she's copying an attitude, and Vito says, I'm on so-and-so's list. Now, I don't want to say who it was, and I don't even remember the name, and I don't even know who it was, but thank you to whoever that person is.
Stan Lee?
Yes. I think it was Alan Moore, actually. So he said, I'm on so-and-so's list, and then she looks at him, like, gives him this nasty look, and then she's like, who are you with? And he's like, us 4, and she's like, oh no. And then the other guy that's sitting there, he's like, no, it's cool, go ahead.
That's Vito.
And he's like, nah, it's cool, it's fine. And then she looks at him, he's like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. And she's like, she's giving us the bracelets and says, it's really not, you know. And he's like, and the kid's like, no, it's cool, don't worry about it. And she's like, no, it's really not. We have people coming here all day saying that they're on so-and-so's list and they're not on the list. So, of course, I'm thinking, all right, well, we're through. And then I'm thinking, wait, Brian's here. So something's going to be said. Lo and behold, I hear, which God bless him, I love him for it. So do you actually have the list or not? Which worked out in our benefit because our names were not on that.
Yes, they were. They were totally on that list.
They were on the list.
If the list existed, that's why I called her out. I would have called her out if I knew.
See, I don't think that we snuck in. I just figured the dude said, yeah, it's cool, whatever, thinking that nobody's going to check the list anyway. He didn't actually submit the names.
So there was no list produced when he said, "Where's the list?"
She had no list.
I knew that we were on the list because Vito earlier in the day had forgotten my last name, and he told me, "Hey, it took me like 20 minutes for me to."
So there was an actual. Like I said, I didn't think that we weren't legitimately getting in. I just figured the dude was like, "Yeah, whatever," because he knew there was no list. So
yeah, and they didn't come out and say that there was no list, or that they lost the list, or that the list was not communicated to them correctly.
Yeah.
So I called them out.
So Brian calls her out, and she's. I don't know. She had a response, not a very good one.
Well, she said, "I know you all, but what am I?"
Yeah, I think so.
Something about my comic book mother. I can't remember what it was.
All right. So anyway, we go up to Walter Koenig, and Walter Koenig is taking a picture with someone, and there's a sign that says $30 for a picture. And man, we're like, I'm already nervous.
I love you mumbling quietly. $30.
I'm thinking like that's a half a 60 bag.
Yeah.
So.
Or 2 15 bags.
Isn't that like a 30 bag?
15 bags.
So he's like, so we go up to him, and now I'm thinking, well, all right.
No, a 25 inflation.
Ringonomics. Look that up.
Ergonomics. Agronomics.
So how many people were on this list for this guy for $30?
There was no list. There was a woman taking her picture
yeah.
with him, though, so a woman did pay $30.
Really?
So I think Walter Koenig got excited when we came over because he probably thought, wow, I'm going to get a bunch of pictures in a row now.
Oh, my God, I'm going to make $30.
And
praise the Lord.
And
Kitty can eat tonight.
I was trying to avoid making fun of the guy, but
But seriously, that's
so Vito comes up to him and says, Vito, it tells him who we are, and Walter Koenig just has this horrendous look on his face. He's like standing there with his hands in his pockets, leaning up, looking at us, and I'm waiting for him to say no. Yeah, go ahead.
His neck craned a little bit, and his head just bobbed down, and it's like he put his forehead in front of us, so he was out of like the line of eyesight of us. Like he just dropped down his head, and so he didn't have to look at us while we were going to continue this conversation. It was heartbreaking.
And then he's silent for about 5 seconds, and I'm like, wow, he's going to say no, and he's going to tell us off. And he looks over his manager, and he says, okay. And so Vito gives him the apparatus. And listening back...
Wait, what?
Oh, that's right.
The apparatus.
He didn't want us to tell that part. So in listening back, I was all psyched because I thought this was going to be like, you were just going to hear the hatred in his voice. In the end...
Hi, this is Walter Koenig, and you're listening to Best in Show.
The guy's a trooper because he did a decent job.
Absolute pro.
He's an actor, dude. He acted like he wanted you there, and he acted like he wanted to do it.
If he was an actor, he wouldn't be charged $30 a picture.
He acted like he wasn't repulsed by shaking my hand as well.
And then I shook his hand, and I said, thanks a lot, Walter, and he just shook my hand so begrudgingly, and it's like, okay. I was like, wow. I was shot for the day. I was like, all right, that's it. I can't. I said to Vito, I can't do this anymore. These people are mad. They're angry. They want to, and
I wanted to shower.
I was so
I
apprehensive.
don't know why you'd be surprised though. These people are at the Caesars Bay Bazaar of celebrity. They're there selling what they used to be. This is their last ditch effort at preening some sort of financial reward out of what they did a long time ago.
But it's like they were kind of excited to see us. Their eyes lit up, and then we said words that included the word radio.
Yeah,
and it's like they just wilted.
Exactly what they think is, oh, someone cares. Oh, they're going to do some stupid joke of me.
Yeah,
on
they're gonna.
their show.
That's my thought. As I realized, I think the word radio made them think we were like wannabe stuttering Johns or something, and we're gonna, especially all the Star Trek people, because he's gotten all of them. He's probably gotten Walter Koenig at some point because he's gotten all of them at the conventions and stuff. So. But in the end, he was a good guy. And that was pretty much it. There was actually, I got to say one thing. We went back downstairs after that. For the rest of the time, we just walked around. The celebrities were gone. And we had to hit the one.
Even called celebrity.
There was one table.
Bro, Val Kilmer.
There was one table we had to hit before we left. So.
Hey, Best in Show Radio. This is Haywood Nelson from What's Happening. Dwayne. Hey. My name's Harry.
Best one ever. The reason why I wanted that one to be sent to me is because I wanted to layer that over the What's Happening music.
Oh, sorry.
That was the whole point. But yeah, that's fantastic. I'm a big fan.
And he was a great guy. Listen, Raj and Dee were there. Ernest Thomas, I don't know Dee's name. But they were sitting there with their like agent or manager or something, and Haywood Nelson's kind of bouncing around back and forth on his cell phone, and then he sees me, peers at me from behind the big dude that's standing there and makes eye contact. So I went over, and he was like the nicest dude in the world. He was all excited to talk. And I saw his face drop a little, too, when I said the word radio. And I said, oh, man, he's going to actually turn us down. And he looked up and said, absolutely, why not? So he's a good guy.
Awesome. So you didn't get to talk to Raj or Dee or anybody?
You know what? We stood around. We were going to, and then we just, I don't know, it seemed like a big business going on. Ernest Thomas is a big actor. He's on TV shows now,
I desperately wish we could have got Raj and got him to say dynamite, got a recording of that.
I didn't want to bring that story up, and now I have to explain it to save us. Sorry, dude. So, Brian suggests we get him to say dynamite.
This would have been great if you may actually pull this off.
He expects us to say dynamite. So I'm thinking he's just making a silly racial joke, like I'm a racist, I don't know.
See, I don't know if that's even a racist
but you know what I mean?
joke.
Okay, but you know what I mean, though. I don't find that to be racist, but
right, yeah,
it's a catchphrase.
But the thing is, he's confused. Well, you think that's Roger's catchphrase?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, when people see him, say dynamite? That's what people say.
Let me finish the story. Let me finish the story.
Brian's not as crazy as
so anyway, so we're going on, and so Brian says that, and I laugh, whatever, and then Brian says something along the lines of, so should I really go with the dynamite angle? And I said, dude, you know what? I was like, it would be funny. I was like, but you cannot do this to this guy. That would be rude, And he's like, well, why? And I'm like, because he doesn't say that. And he's like, yes, he does. I'm like, dude, that's J.J. Walker, Jimmy Walker from What's Happening.
It's a different dude.
It's a different show. It's a different dude.
Now, I knew it was Jimmy Walker, and I didn't see Jimmy Walker back there. But what I wasn't parsing in my head is that the Good Times and What's Happening were in my head the same show, and I was looking for the guy who
dramatically different.
Well,
shows.
they all those shows look the same to me.
That would have been even better if he asked.
That's what I mean. If he actually let me go and do it.
Oh man, that is.
You want to elaborate? You want to elaborate a little on your last comment? All those shows look the same to me.
Oh no! I think that was the point.
Okay.
That was blatantly the point.
Sorry.
I think that was a joke.
I thought he was referring to '70s shows or something.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yes, that's what I meant.
So
did he wind up saying it to him?
No, we just
stopped.
left.
He saved me.
We just left.
Actually, I stood in line.
Dude, if you had done that, I don't know what I would have done. If I was standing there, if you had just said it, I would have thought, wow, this guy's the biggest wise ass ever. And Ernest Thomas is going to hit me now.
But back to what I was saying, and what I was saying up until Fred chimed in, that he also didn't know the difference between Raj and JJ. I don't know that that's necessarily a racist thing, as it's the show's kind of there's some sort of similarity there between the characteristics of these two gentlemen on these shows.
I always thought that whole accusing somebody of being a racist for confusing two black people with each other is ridiculous. You know what? If you confuse O.J. Simpson and Condoleezza Rice, isn't that Condoleezza Rice over there? All right, then maybe, but people look alike. And if people are of the same race, they're going to look more alike.
No, that's not. That guy only killed one person.